What if blowing up a dummy of your biggest critic was just the opening shot in a full-on guerrilla war? That's the wild chaos Craig Jones unleashed this year when he torched a Dana White lookalike in a video that lit up social media like a wildfire. Picture this: June 2025, right as UFC BJJ was hyping their big finale, and Jones drops this sarcastic masterpiece, wishing them all the success in the world while literally exploding their concepts to bits. He called out stolen rules, blocked athletes, and shady contracts in one fell swoop, all wrapped in that signature Aussie troll energy. It wasn't just a prank. It was a declaration that had grapplers picking sides overnight. Fans went nuts, with comments flooding in, "Craig's untouchable," and Dana's fuming behind closed doors. But to really get why this 33-year-old Matt Wizard is suddenly public enemy number one, we have to roll back the tape to his gritty beginnings down under, where a kid from the suburbs turned leg lock obsession into a revolution. Craig Jones didn't just stumble into greatness. He clawed his way there through years of relentless grind in Australia's brutal BJJ scene. Born in 1991 in a quiet coastal town, he started training as a teen, mesmerized by the ground game's chess-like strategy. By his early 20s, he'd linked up with the legendary John Danaher in New York, soaking up knowledge that would redefine submission hunting. Jones specialized in leg locks, those ankle-crushing, knee-wrecking moves most fighters dread, turning them into an art form that left opponents tapping in seconds. His breakthrough hit at ADCC 2019, where he snagged silver in the -88-kilogram division, upsetting giants with surgical precision. 3 years later at ADCC 2022, he doubled down with another silver, cementing his rep as the most dangerous guard passer on the planet. But Jones wasn't content competing. He wanted to build. After the messy Danaher Death Squad breakup in 2021, sparked by egos and contract disputes, he co-founded B-Team Jiu-Jitsu with fellow rebels like Nicky Ryan and Luke Griffith. Their gym became a hotbed for innovation, hosting packed seminars where Jones broke down techniques with YouTube breakdowns that racked up millions of views. "It's not about belts," he'd say in those clips, "it's about making the other guy quit." Then came the master stroke. In March 2024, he launched the Craig Jones Invitational with a jaw-dropping $1 million prize pool, $250,000 per weight class winner. Suddenly, dusty tournaments were history. CJI packed arenas with 5,000 screaming fans and streamed to 500,000 live viewers. Jones wasn't just playing the game, he was rewriting the rules. But as his star rose, a 800-pound gorilla started sniffing around. The UFC's long-awaited plunge into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That first real collision happened in July 2021 on the Ultimate Fighter Season 29, when UFC tapped Jones to coach ground skills for Team Volkanovski. Fresh off his ADCC silver, he flew to Vegas, ready to mold featherweight hopefuls into submission machines. On camera, it looked seamless. Alexander Volkanovski's squad dominated grappling drills, with Jones barking tips like, "Control the knee line, then snap the ankle." Behind the scenes, though, darker stories emerged. Contestants trained 12-hour days in a cramped house, filming reality drama for free while earning peanuts, sometimes just $10,000 for the whole season. Jones watched fighters gas out from exhaustion, only to perform unpaid exhibition matches for UFC's highlight reels. "It's propaganda," he'd later spill. "They milk your soul, then toss you a bone." He kept quiet during filming, focusing on wins. His team took the season, but those weeks planted seeds of disgust. Fast forward to today, and Jones still corners UFC stars like Jack Della Maddalena, the Aussie welterweight who's KO'd 3 straight opponents with Jones's choke setups. Last month at UFC 305 in Perth, Della Maddalena tapped a grappler in 2 minutes and 17 seconds, pointing skyward to B-Team. Volkanovski credits him too, saying post-fight, "Craig's brain turned my ground game lethal." It's a twisted alliance, Jones sharpening UFC's weapons while plotting against their empire. Those TUF red flags? They were just the appetizer for the main course waiting in 2024. By mid-2024, UFC BJJ launched with fanfare, promising to legitimize grappling under Dana White's brash banner. They chased elite coaches first. Mikey Musumeci, the flyweight king, signed for top dollar. Gordon Ryan, the heavyweight GOAT, laughed it off. His steroid cycle couldn't pause for their schedule. Desperate for star power, UFC called Jones third. Over coffee in LA, execs pitched $150,000 for a week's filming, plus bonuses. Sounded sweet, right? Wrong. The contract was a 40-page nightmare. No outside events for 6 months, non-compete clauses blocking CJI, even social media vetting. Jones, who'd just sold out his invitational, saw the trap. "I value freedom over chains," he told his team. He countered with $500,000, no restrictions, crickets. When he formally declined, the revenge was swift. Producers texted CJI-bound athletes, "Commit to us, skip Craig's event, or you're cut." Jones hacked a peek at those messages, exposing the pettiness. One grappler, a close B-team ally, got axed after confirming CJI plans. "They treated me like a threat for saying no," Jones revealed on his podcast. The cash was decent, sure, but the leash? Unacceptable. He'd built a B-team without corporate strings. Why start now? That snub flipped a switch, turning casual chats into open warfare. And the first casualty was something Jones poured his soul into. Imagine crafting the perfect recipe, blending Tempo M's flow, the pit's intensity, and your own twists, then watching a billionaire steal it without a thanks. That's exactly what UFC BJJ did with CJI's rule set. Jones unveiled his format in 2024. 4 6-minute rounds, unlimited points, slams allowed, no stalling penalties, just pure explosive action. It birthed viral moments like Nicky Ryan's 30-second heel hook at CJI1. Fans ate it up. Entries tripled overnight. Then UFC BJJ drops theirs. Identical rounds, same scoring, slams greenlit, 0 credit. Emotional response? Hell yeah, Jones admitted on IG Live. "I shouted out every influence, they ghosted mine." Worse, post-decline, UFC barred their entire roster from CJI. Top talents like Mason Fowler and Andy Muris got ultimatums. Us or him. Jones's friends, guys he'd rolled with since brown belt, now faced betrayal. "It's forcing sides in a family," he lamented. CJY1 still smashed expectations. $1 million paid out, 750,000 streams, but the block stung. Jones dreamed bigger, a free market where grapplers bounce between CJI, UFC BJJ, ONEFC, even ADCC trials. If UFC pays well, great. More power to them, he says, but options breed growth. UFC, they want monopoly. Exclusive deals lock talent, starve independence, echoing their MMA antitrust sins. Jones calls it slave driver tactics, and after that $375 million lawsuit payout, no one's laughing. The theft wasn't just rules, it was a slap to every athlete chasing autonomy. 2025 cranked the troll dial to 11, with Jones unleashing a social media blitz that kept the grappling world on edge. April kicks off with The Ultimate Grappler, a fake poster pitting him against Gordon Ryan on a knockoff TUF set. Jiu-Jitsu Twitter exploded. 200,000 likes, memes galore, subtle? Nah. Payback for his coaching snub. May's antitrust ruling drops, UFC shells out $375 million for fighter exploitation, and Jones pounces. IG post rips tough as free labor camp, citing his season's grueling days. "They film your pain, pay pennies, call it entertainment," he wrote. Views hit 1 million overnight. June, peak chaos. Pre-finale, he posts that Dana mannequin, wishing UFC BJJ success. Boom, flames everywhere. "They stole my rules, blocked my event, now watch this burn." Mike Perry comments fire emojis. Fans chant F the UFC. He doubles down, contracts choke the sport. Let athletes roam. Then the ViewBot bombshell. UFC BJJ's Musameshi finale claims 1.5 million views, but 1,777 comments? His own 200,000 video matches that engagement. Sketchy. Weeks later, another event. 9 million views, 397 comments. Impossible. Jones posts, Khabib Conor presser did 9.4 million with 24,000 comments. This is fraud. Ariel Helwani speculates rivals bought views to frame UFC. Jones laughs, nah, Dana's playbook. Power Slap did the same. Sponsors bite, newbies think UFC BJJ's a juggernaut. Jones, 0 fakes at CJI, pure organic fire. Each jab landed harder, turning whispers into roars. This year's fresh clashes piled on layers of mystery that have fans glued to every update. August rumors hit. UFC allegedly pressured Gable Steveson to ditch CJI 2, citing scheduling conflicts. Jones fires back on stream, "They fear us packing houses." Event delivers anyway. Controversial decisions spark bias cries, but Jones defends. Refs called it clean, watch the tape. September, he blasts UFC signings. Effion Davies selfish for locking in. Mikey Musumeci selling out friends. Receipts? Text leaks show Davies got CJI blocked post-deal. October reignites Gordon Ryan beef. Jones borrows Ryan's truck in prank revenge, posting dashcam laughs amid their Danaher truce. Ban threats loom. Will UFC bar him from Della Maddalena's corner? Put phone on Do Not Disturb. Show up anyway. He grins. Interference buzz peaks. Whispers UFC lobbied venues against CJI 3. ViewBot saga twists. Helwani's third-party setup theory gains traction, but Jones counters, only Dana inflates to lure talent. His podcast dives deep. I want UFC success. If it pays grapplers, CJI wins too. Yet resources gap yawns. UFC's $11 billion war chest versus his bootstraps. Still, CJI 2's 1.2 million streams prove he's closing in. These curveballs? Pure rocket fuel for a sport-craving drama. Zoom out, and this feud's reshaping grappling's soul. Jones fights for a buffet of options. 100,000 CJI pots, UFC stability, one spotlight, while UFC hoards the plate. Exclusives sound great, steady pay for starving artists, but they birth monopolies that crushed MMA voices. Jones knows, I can't outspend him, but truth costs nothing. His cornering role, vital. Della Maddalena faces Islam Makhachev's wrestlers next. Jones's game plans could tip scales. Ban him? UFC shoots itself. With BJJ 4 teasing December titles, eyes lock on CJI 3's January counterpunch. Will venues cave to pressure? Will Ryan reconcile or reignite? Jones's mob joke quip, Dana's goons won't touch me, masks real stakes. One lawsuit and independence fold. Yet his mantra holds, bet on yourself. It's David versus Goliath, slingshot loaded with memes, exposés, and unbreakable will. From leglock prodigy to rule-making rebel, Craig Jones exposed a web of theft, blocks, and fake flexes shaking BJJ to its core. TUF sweatshops to 2025's venue whispers and truck pranks, his gauntlets forced reckonings on pay, freedom, future. But here's the burning riddle. Does Jones shatter UFC's grip, birthing a golden era of choice, or does the giant crush the uprising? Your move, war, or wake-up call? Spill in comments. Team Craig or UFC Empire? Will bans hit, or does he corner the next champ? Hit like, subscribe, and let's track this explosion together. The mat's never been hotter.